Patrol was definitely not crying wolf when it said it was going to crack down on speeders. A couple of hundred people found that out the hard way today as patrol cars lined up pell-mell in some places, waiting for anyone to go over 55. There was even a plane overhead watching for speeders. Seems to be working, though. Only 2 people have been killed on the highways in Florida so far this weekend, and at that rate, we won't reach the predicted toll of 29. But troopers say they'll definitely keep monitoring traffic this closely until the weekend is over Sunday night.
Well, George, motorcycle deaths in Florida are up 20% over last year at this time. Accidents have killed 119 people so far. Now, that's 20 more than this time in 1977. Florida law requires riders to wear helmets, but the death rate is climbing anyway, and that worries Highway Patrol Lieutenant Billy O'Brien.
So we are concerned, but in reviewing statistics, we find that most of the drivers are responsible for this. When I say drivers, I mean the motorcycle drivers contribute to it. Until we do have other motorcycle drivers who are injured or killed, and it's really the fault of, you might say, the motorists. They fail to see them. But we do urge them to be more careful because we are experiencing problems with them, and also pedestrians. They just walk into public highways. Of course, if they do that, they're going to get hit in time.
Your chances of surviving a motorcycle accident, of course, go up if you use a helmet. So wear proper clothing and shoes and use your headlight day and night as required by law. George?
Well, undoubtedly you've noticed by now, but let us be the last to tell you today. This is Thanksgiving, and in just a moment we'll show you some memorable activities of the day. Stay with us.
I've been looking at all the new cars, and I'm still looking. Toyota, what do you got?
The 1979 Toyota Corolla two-door sedan, the lowest priced Toyota.
You got a Toyota.
The Corolla is a combination of engineering, functional styling, and Toyota quality.
You got a Toyota. Solid, dependable, a real car value. You got it coming to you. You got a Toyota. You got it.
Power-assisted front disc brakes, standard.
You got it.
Sure-footed McPherson strut front suspension, standard.
You got it, Toyota.
The 1979 Toyota Corolla. If you can find more value in a small car, buy it.
Toyota, you got it.
You asked for it. You got it, Toyota.
This is Embassy Park, the in-town house in the center of town, adjacent to the lands of the president and presidential estates. Look, you can walk to the mall, the forum, the auditorium, shops, theaters, restaurants. You can have it all for $59,500. Best of all, you can walk to your golf course. Right now, qualified applicants can receive membership in the President Country Club without charge. Drop into the sales office across from the mall on Congress Avenue. Don't wait. Opportunities like this do not last.
What's a 6-letter word that means women's fashions and a whole lot more? It's the newest department store in West Palm Beach. You've got it.
Well, this Thanksgiving Day is almost over, but it was filled with all the warm activities we look forward to each year. Starting off with special services to give thanks and to remember the significance of the day, with the sun shimmering on the water. Many gathered at the Chapel by the Sea in West Palm Beach. Then it was family time, the smell of turkey roasting in the oven, the parades and football games on TV, all the things that make this a very special day.
And even for some of the people who weren't able to enjoy Thanksgiving at home, the day was still spent in a festive way. More than 100 people enjoyed the traditional meal, compliments of the Lake Worth headquarters of the Salvation Army. They shared food, conversation, even made some new friends. And this was the scene in the kitchen of the Palm Beach County Jail. Some 450 inmates had a chance to forget some of their troubles with just about the same meal they would have had at home.
Well, it's no secret the movie industry is starting to come to the Palm Beach County area, and along with it, a lot of talented people. But good theater has already arrived, according to local critics. And tonight, in part 4 of her series on nightlife here, reporter Barbara Sloan takes us on the town for a backstage look at what you'll find.
There are a lot of people involved in bringing live entertainment to Palm Beach County. Aside from concerts, both the dog track and High Life provide three-dimensional excitement. Local colleges, along with a growing number of community theaters, are producing shows regularly. And this part of the Gold Coast is becoming increasingly attractive to members of the professional theater from the larger acting centers of the country. Right now, this is just an empty dining room, and as you can see, a bit out of order at that, with tables and chairs every which way. But this is the stage of the Royal Palm Dinner Theater in Boca Raton, and on opening night, this room comes alive. 16 actors and actresses with geographical backgrounds as different as the roles they play have arrived for a week of rehearsals before the premiere of their version of the hit musical, Promises, Promises. Judging from the success of past shows produced here, all 264 seats circling the stage should be sold out during Promises' 6-week run. Co-owner, producer, and the general mastermind behind this theater, Dan McArt, has high hopes for the future of theater here in the county. This season, a new dinner theater in Jupiter, owned by film star Burt Reynolds, will make its debut. And Jan tells me the number of other talented people gravitating to this area ensures more of the best in theater here in the future.
Extraordinary talent. Lots of people have come here from other parts of the country because life is perhaps a little more comfortable, or they will commute from New York or from Hollywood, maybe have a second home here. I don't see how theater can help but flourish, and not just the theaters that exist now, but I think more theaters.
Jan herself spares no expense or energy bringing entertainment characteristic of more metropolitan areas to her audiences. She says more people here are going to the theater than ever before, and they're more sophisticated as a result of television. So you can expect to see some top-notch shows.
You better have something that is as appealing as Hello Dolly on the television set at home, because that doesn't cost them anything.
And people are willing to pay the price for good live shows. But since Discomania swept the country, they're even paying to be the show. Tomorrow night, we'll see where people go when they put on their dancing shoes. Barbara Sloan, Action News.
Before we get into Glenn Burns and weather, I want you all to note that Buck Kennard, in honor of Thanksgiving, has his mashed potato splash with cranberry sauce jacket on today.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a beauty. That's a real dandy. Thanks for that in a moment. Glenn, what about weather coming up?
Well, watching all of us try to button those buttons around our waist tonight, it looks like tomorrow's going to be a good day for jogging here in the Palm Beaches. Lots of sunshine for us, and in case you haven't noticed, you can shut your air conditioners off tonight. It's getting a little bit chilly outside. I'll tell you how cold it is right after this. For the fog tomorrow morning.
What about Saturday night and Sunday in the Orange Bowl? Got the Hurricanes playing Saturday night, and looked like a little rain for Sunday, but it's kind of moved out.
Kind of moved out. That front's not going to move in.
Okay, Glenn, thank you. Miami Dolphins offensive guard Ed Newman is scheduled to undergo surgery tomorrow to repair a knee damaged in the Houston game Monday night. Today, the Dolphins signed guard center Melvin Mitchell to replace him. The only Dolphin to miss today's limited practice was defensive end A.J. Dewey, who is nursing a shoulder injury. In the NFL today, Detroit pulled an upset, beating Denver 17-14. However, Dallas had little trouble with Washington, beating them 37-10.
Raphael Septien got the Cowboys off to a fast start with a pair of field goals, this 33-yarder, and then one from 21 yards out. Dallas then turned a Washington mistake into points. John Riggins fumbled, and Benny Barnes recovered and returned to the Redskins' 6-yard line as the Cowboys slowly took command of the game. Scott Laidlaw's 1-yard touchdown closed out the lopsided first period, with Dallas leading 13-0. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Staubach aired it out, and as usual, he was right on the money. 53 yards to a flying Drew Pearson. The Cowboys went to the locker room with a 20-0 lead. The Redskins finally got on the board in the third quarter. Mark Mosley, a bullseye from 48 yards out, but Septien answered that with a 44-yarder. Laidlaw scored his second touchdown of the day, and third-string fullback Larry Brinson broke away for this 39-yard touchdown run on his first carry of the day, sending the Redskins to their 5th loss in the last 7 games. Washington's Joe Theismann hit Gene Fugit with a 16-yard scoring pass in the final minutes to make the final Dallas 37, Washington 10. Greg Gumbel, NBC News.
In college football today, Colorado State 20, Pacific 13, and the Palm Beach Junior College Thanksgiving basketball tournament at the Pacer Gym tonight. It's Palm Beach Junior College 72, Delgado of New Orleans 69, Hutchinson, Kansas, and Hillsborough still playing. Action tomorrow and Saturday night beginning at 7 p.m. Excellent basketball worthy of your support. We'll have more sports in a moment.
Tomorrows are wonderful things for plans and dreams, but tomorrows turn into todays all too quickly sometimes. Perhaps today is the time to make a dream come true. Think about it. Isn't now the time to do something about your plans for a new home? Vista Del Lago thinks so. Vista Del Lago adult condominium apartments, designed for your living pleasure for all of your everyday. Native pines line the shores of tranquil freshwater lakes
and landscape bike paths. The setting is magnificent. Swimming, shuffleboard, billiards, all kinds of recreation surround your luxurious Vista del Lago condominium. And my favorite's next door, a beautiful 18-hole golf course.
Vista del Lago, 2 miles north of Stewart on US 1. Priced from the 30s to the mid-40s.
Vista del Lago for your world of tomorrows, because you've earned it.
At J.M. Fields, Friday and Saturday only, it's all on sale. We're taking an additional 15% off every item in every department. 15% off J.M. Fields' already low prices. It's all on sale. Friday and Saturday only. Be there.
On the scoreboard tonight in the NBA limited action on this Thanksgiving Day, it was San Antonio 116, we're updating now, Milwaukee 114, and New Orleans 106, Golden State 98, both finals now. In the National Hockey League, it was Boston 5, Buffalo 2, and Montreal skated by Pittsburgh 8-4. A first period score, second period actually, Colorado 1, Vancouver 0, only game scheduled. Randy Nichols has the third round lead in the 47th annual Tournament of Club Champions at Breakers West. Nichols in at 72 today, at 210 for the 54 holes. At 212, Johnny Hayes on a 74 today. Doug Fischesser in at 213. Kevin Butler, West Palm Beach, is the defending champion. He is in at 213. Penn State remains a 2-touchdown favorite to whip Pitt tomorrow in their annual class, and in a late football score last night, New Mexico State 33, West Texas State 31. Larry Playfair of the Buffalo Sabres was taken to Massachusetts General Hospital tonight for observation with a possible head injury after a first-period collision with the Boston Bruins forward John Winsing. That's sports.
I happen to like your jacket.
It glows
no
in the
matter
dark.
what he says.
Well, what would he know? He's from Minnesota.
It's snow blindness in Minnesota. You can't
When we come back, we'll have a story about a real soft-hearted guy. Don't go away.